a bit of everything, anything that is good, and very funky stuff. Everything inspires me. It could be the sound of the sea, the wind, the rain, or the thunder, and definitely electronic music. My kind of philosophy in my life is that you only live once and make the best out of whatever you have, because you only live once. I used to be a jewelry designer, and now I'm just DJing, and I hope to produce and release my own music soon. Well, most music are very getting mainstream, especially for electronic music, but well, anything good does get overground, so not really mainstream, but not exactly underground either.
Future Shock. Future Shock.
Hello, this is Kari Lekkebusch from Sweden, all the way in Croatia, in Zagreb, at a nice party, and you're watching Top DJ Mag. The scene in Sweden, it's kind of small. There's not so much happening. I'd say there's more things happening here for sure. For sure. We have some parties now and then, but there are no regular clubs that play house and techno. Never been sometimes, but we have to try to change that. But most Swedish DJs are traveling abroad nowadays, so there's not much happening back home. I've been in this corner of the world a couple of times, and it's always good. You know, people really like to party here, and I don't know any special reason maybe, but always up for a good party. And there's a lot of people here today, which means that I guess they want to party. Next week, new album gonna be released called Mind Games, and it's pretty much electro sounds. Yeah. Freestyle beats, my style. Rough on the edges, not too fast, not too slow, not too hard, not too mellow. I reckon it's the music I like to play is definitely not the music you play at home. Maybe you play it more at parties. It's more for DJs, right? From my point of view, there's always been electronic music in the mainstream since, I don't know, since the first synthesizers, really. Nowadays, everything is almost electronic, right? Everybody's recording on computers. Even if it's live instruments, they end up in the computer. So, what's not electronic anymore? Everything is. Hip-hop, anything nice. Anything for home listening. Anything. Not too much mainstream, maybe. I'm probably not going to buy the latest Michael Jackson album, but I'm going to listen to it for sure. At a friend's house. Be like water. That's a nice philosophy. It's from Bruce Lee, actually. I just played here, and I had lots of fun on the party, and it looked like the people on the dance floor had lots of fun too. So I'm really satisfied, and it's nice to go back home tomorrow to Sweden and throw snowballs. I don't know.
Future shock. Future shock.
Hello, my name is Andreas Krüger and you're watching Top DJ Mag. Started making electronic music in the 80s during the era of synthie-pop, EBM, new wave, and from '92 I started doing electronic things more in the direction of techno and house and things like this. At home I listen to sometimes techno, but in general I listen to all kinds of music because I'm not fixed on one style. It doesn't matter which direction. In the moment I'm working on a new album which will come out in spring, but I can't say so much about this because it's still in progress, and so last week I talked with my A&R, maybe it will come out in March, April, something like this. It's always difficult to find new points where you can start creating or start developing new styles and new ideas. So almost the main part is really commercial standard sound. Yeah. It became the big thing 2 years ago, especially trance scene. Beginning there are first two things which are important. So playing live with a band, that means making music with your hands live on stage is totally different to that what people do in the techno scene. So doing techno music live on stage means playing with technology and playing with sequences and working with technology. That's fun to play with sequencers running and to doing something like a mix down on with a mixing desk, something like this. Yeah.
Future shock.
My number is 2001.
Future shock.
A prije nego što pogledamo i drugi dio ekskluzivne reportaže sa Future Shocka 2001. pogledajmo tko su sretni dobitnici nagradne igre Trezor, čiji flor je po ocjenama mnogih bio jedan od najboljih na ovogodišnjem Future Shocku. Unaprijed čestitamo našim dobitnicima.
Future Shock.
Hi, well, I'm Dave Tarida from Trezor Records. I live in Spain, Barcelona, and I'm in Croatia tonight. Well, I first got involved with electronic music really through the industrial scene back in the late 1980s, and with the Belgian new beat scene and things like that, and that's how I really got into techno as we know it just now, progressing over really stuff like Front 242 from Belgium and bands like that. I live in Spain. The electronic dance scene in Spain just now is kind of growing bigger and bigger all the time. It's one of the last countries in Europe really to get electronic music and techno really as we know it. So it's growing, whereas in the UK where I was brought up, the techno scene is advanced and it's maybe on a decline just now. We've had it for so long. So I don't know, I think in different parts of Europe, but it's really growing really fast. I think like in Eastern Europe it's definitely growing at a bigger rate than it is, for example, in the UK. At the moment, I do the new Globus Mix compilation CD for Trezor, which is out sometime at the start next year. And then after that, I finish my second album for Trezor, so that will be out towards the end of the year. So pretty much touring with all those projects for all next year, really. Well, I'm lucky enough to live in Spain, so the things that inspire me are really the weather and the beaches and the beautiful things that you can do in Spain. It's very a relaxed place, and for me, that makes me work much better. Well, at home, I kind of listen to a lot of kind of American hip-hop stuff, some dub stuff, and even stuff like Frank Sinatra. old crooner stuff from New York. I think we can look at dance music and really see it as a more commercial thing than what it was 5 or 10 years ago. Even though it's the same music, people just see it as an easier thing to get into just now. It's much more apparent to people on the radio, and there's more clubs and there's more festivals promoting this kind of music, so I think, yeah, it's more commercial. It's now getting lots of radio play all over the world, so and that in itself makes it commercial. Yeah, well, for me with my music, I just like, I try to do something a little bit different from normal techno, so people can listen to like my music and the music that my friends do. That's just try to bring something different to the techno scene, really. Try different beats with different sounds and maybe a slightly different approach to it. So that in itself is try to change people's perceptions of what techno music is. That's really what I'm trying to do.
Future Shock. Future Shock.
Hi, I'm Tom Wex. I'm from Frankfurt, Germany, and I'm here at the Future Shock 2001 in Zagreb, Croatia. When I was 16 years old in 1988, I was starting my DJ career and collecting records, playing for some friends. And in 1991, I started producing under the aliases of AWACS, Arpeggiators, Microbots, and other names on other projects. Yeah, I think I get my inspirations from all my trips that when I go around the world playing for different people, different cultures. Always I experience new music, yeah, it's always something new, something different, and I try to get the best out of it. But I'm also inspired of my normal life, yeah, as a private man. When I'm around with friends, I get some inspirations and ideas. Yeah, it depends. Sometimes it's only the music, sometimes it's the normal life. It's different every day. I don't want to transport any message. It's more about dancing, having fun. Yeah, it's not to be energetic. Yeah, it has to rock the house. That's the most important thing. Yeah. It's not about any message that stop war or stop fighting or whatever. Yeah, I don't care. If the people have fun and can enjoy life, then I think they are happy. They are not in war. They are peaceful and they enjoying themselves. Yeah. The whole electronic dance scene has grown up over the years. Yeah, I think that's the normal way. Yeah, when more people get involved with the music and getting into it, enjoying it, then it's spreading all over the world, and so it's a normal way, I would say. Yeah, it's okay. It's definitely going commercial or getting commercial all the time because of different productions that are so mainstream, and they are called techno, or I think it's more dance music then, because techno is deeper, it's more underground, and it's more, yeah, it's different to the commercial stuff. But it's true that a lot of people got into it because of commercial techno tracks, definitely, and that's maybe a reason why the scene builds up and goes down sometimes.
Future shock. Future Shock.
Toliko o Future Shocku u večerašnjem Top DJ Magu, a sada slijedi najava za jedan vrlo zanimljiv party koji će se dogoditi 20.12. u Tvornici. Stereo Studio Special u novoj sezoni svaka 2 mjeseca u Zagreb u Tvornicu dovodi najveće svjetske DJ-e. Prvi će biti, vjerovali ili ne, Jeff Mills i upravo zbog toga večerašnjoj emisiji vidit ćemo njegov veliki hit, remix verziju Live Cycle. Inače, ovaj party, ne zaboravite, trajat će od 22 do 06 sati. Večeras u Top DJ Magu Jeff Mills 20.12. u Tvornici. Bio to Jeff Mills sa svojim hitom Live Cycle. A 14.12. u diskoteci Bez preporučamo još jedan party. Future Scope predstavlja Marka Lencija i Michael Burkata po prvi puta u Hrvatskoj sa rezident DJ-ima, to su Maminjo i DJ Mary, tu su još DJ Toxic i DJ Alan, budući da se radi o premjernom nastupu dvojice poznati DJ producenata u Hrvatskoj, svakako posjetite ovaj party. Toliko od mene za večeras, pozdrav od cijelokupne ekipe Top DJ Maga, gledajte nas i dalje, srdačan pozdrav i laku noć.